I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
Cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
In front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're
with the
there, folks,
battalion
deep
behind me.
in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
In front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
In front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're
with the
there, folks,
battalion
deep
behind me.
in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
In front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in.
We're
with the
there, folks,
battalion
deep
behind me.
in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown! Let's go!
In front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you out. Get from in front of me, cause I'm coming in with the battalion behind me. I'm gonna knock you.
The following is a live presentation of TPC Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that weird subspecies we call referees, welcome to an evening of sports here at TPC Sports Live. My name is Monkey Work, and I'm joined by Nitro. We are joining here in progress with a game between the Jets and the Tampa Bay Lightning. How you doing tonight, Nitro?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to this matchup here.
Yeah, this should be fantastic as we are early into the game, and before we even get to say hello to everybody, we've got a goal as the Jets come in. It looks like there was a rebound and just continue to slide it in, and Ehlers gets them on the board right away, very early in this game.
Yeah, Ehlers with the shot there, and it looks like it just trickled behind, and he actually followed the rebound. So the goalie couldn't really cover it enough, and there was a rebound just sitting there, and he just picked it up. So let's take a look at this shot here on the goal. It gets past him, and by Ehlers clashing the net, he puts it in the back of the. They are up 1-0 here early, and a stunned crowd here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think that one would have went in even had Ehlers not been there, but he made sure it went home and made no mistake about it, and they are up early here on the road, which is always how you want to start when you're on the road. Tampa Bay is back in the zone here, though. They're going to try to equalize this as quickly as possible as the fans are dead quiet here in the building. Face-off is going to be coming up here to the right of the goalie, and we'll see if they're able to get any sort of a face-off win and some consistency here in the zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what happens.
Puck is dropped, and Winnipeg manages to win that back. They're crowding around in front of the net, and they lose the puck for a moment, but they're able to get repossession of it. They slide through the neutral zone with quite a bit of ease, come right in front, almost got that cross crease. Luckily, a defender was there to pick that off, or we may have been up 2-0. Big shot from the top of the circles, dead center of the ice. Goalie made an easy save. Winnipeg recovers the puck and then gives it away before they're able to escape the zone. Another quick shot, a little bit of a screen there. Goaltender had to be very sharp on that. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Tampa Bay and Winnipeg both kind of jostle for it. Tampa Bay comes up with it and breaks back into the zone. Another quick shot. They're just peppering the goalie from right in the middle of the ice area. And Tampa Bay manages to control the puck. They're moving it around quite nicely. Another quick shot on. Goaltender's coming up. He's able to track that puck, and he's making every save if it comes directly to him. And Hellebuyck will cover up here, and we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, he's been peppered early here, and he has made sure that each save that he has made has counted. They haven't really gotten any juicy rebounds yet. I think they're gonna need one of those garbage goals here tonight to beat him. He looks really hot on top of his game tonight.
Yeah, they may have to try to do exactly what Winnipeg did for their first goal. As Winnipeg manages to climb themselves into the zone here, they're moving the puck around a little bit. Big shot that hits somebody on the way to the net, deflected up into the stands, and I think a lucky fan somewhere back in section 101 managed to catch that one.
Yeah, it was just out of our reach here, so we'll have to get it next time and get it to a nice kid.
When you go get some hot dogs, see if you can find a loose puck somewhere for me. Winnipeg wins that face-off and does a quick shot on net. And we're going to have another one coming up right afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the faceoff coming back inside and after the stoppage of play, Tampa Bay has settled things down after giving up the early goal. Winnipeg has not really gotten any shots on goal since then.
Yeah, there's always that feeling out period right at the very beginning of the game, and it worked out in the Jets' favor. So they're going to try to keep that pressure on, but Tampa Bay has done a good job of settling things down and getting a little bit of their own pace going here as Winnipeg works it around inside the zone, passing it back and forth back to the point. It's picked off, though, by Tampa Bay, and they've got a 2-on-1 coming into the zone. Looking, trying to get the goalie to move. He wasn't able to get that pass across before the offensive player was behind the goal line, so it wasn't really a dangerous opportunity, but a good chance if had they been able to connect on that. 3-on-2 in here. Lots of traffic in front of the net. Puck bounces around, goes off to the corner safely. Puck is still controlled by Tampa Bay, though. Hellebuyck manages to snag off an errant pass. He passes it out to a winger, and that comes into the neutral zone. Breaking into the offensive zone here is the Winnipeg Jets, passing the puck around themselves, trying a quick snapshot, but that got touched by a defender and slowed down just enough that it was not a big issue for the Tampa Bay goaltender. Tampa Bay is working out of the zone, back into the offensive zone, circling around here into the corner, and it's picked off. Both teams doing a pretty good job of defensively covering their own zones. Tried to leave the puck and skate around the defender, but he wasn't falling for that. He picked the puck back up, and he is back in the offensive zone. Big shot like they have been doing from the center of the ice, but it hits a defensive player and goes into the corner harmlessly. Yet again, another block shot, and Winnipeg will break this puck out. Give it away immediately, though, in the neutral zone. Tampa Bay comes back in, fires a shot wide of the net. Winnipeg is able to recover that, and Tampa Bay is just continuing to pepper from long range shots, and the goaltender is able to see those the whole way down and cover up. Another quick shot. Again, no major pressure. Goaltender will pass that out, and Winnipeg is going to break it out of the zone here, trying to get some offensive life into their own legs as their players scrambled for the bench there a moment ago. Tampa Bay back in. Big hard shot onto the goaltender. He makes the save. Puck goes into the corner. Again, it's almost all one and dones here. They're able to pass it around, but once the shot comes off, it's switching possession pretty quickly. Winnipeg, tight shot in on Tampa Bay goaltender. He covers up with the Winnipeg Jet right in his doorstep.
Yeah, Puck has done a fantastic job tonight. He's seeing the puck, he's squaring himself, and the Jets are not allowing that second and third chance in those cross creases to go. So they're really picking up on that. Cross creases are almost guaranteed goals here. They are not allowing that to happen and allowing Hucklebuck to see the puck all the way through.
Yeah, we got a puck that goes all the way down behind the goaltender, but it was touched on the way, so icing is negated. Winnipeg grabs that up and comes through the neutral zone. A little bit of a bump there. Tampa Bay gets the puck back, and they're back onto the attack, skating in tight. And I thought we were going to have a penalty, and we are going to have a penalty as that stick came out, caught the skates, and Wheeler's heading off to the bench.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay trailing in this hockey game is going to get a power play out of this. So they've had some success this season so far, and the rookie team here, the Winnipeg Jets, are going to be on the penalty kill here. So let's see how their penalty kill is. Let's see if they're aggressive, or let's see if they just sit back and let Hellebuck see the puck and see what happens.
Yeah, a quick shot there, blocked by a defender in front, and the puck is just bouncing around. Hellebuck reaches out, grabs that. He's going to cover it up for another face-off. Both these teams coming into this game with a win underneath their belts, both won their Week 1 game, and here in Week 2, they're looking to keep that winning streak going.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And Hellebuck saw the first puck, decided he didn't like what he saw, and he got a face-off, and his team won it.
Puck gets cleared out of the zone. Tampa Bay tried to hold it, just came over the line. Unfortunately, we got an offside. We'll have another face-off here as Winnipeg was able to relieve a little bit of pressure in the zone and get some fresh legs out here off of that.
Yeah, and by getting it out of the zone, they now have even more space to deal with, even if they do lose the face-off.
Exactly. Tampa Bay right back into the zone, though, working it around nicely. Big shot again. They're loving taking those shots right between the circles, right between the top of the circles there. Another one coming in, blocked. Winnipeg clears the puck. This is going to be an icing call, I believe, as the puck comes all the way down the ice, and Tampa Bay covers. Sorry, they're on the power play, so that is not an icing call. Tampa Bay comes back up. Winnipeg was doing such a good job, I had forgotten they were actually on the power play. They were playing it almost even. Winnipeg comes back down here, puts a little bit of pressure on, making Tampa have to be careful as they carry it out of the zone. Winnipeg dumps it back in, and Tampa Bay is down, trying to collect that puck, trying to get anything going here on this power play. And Winnipeg's just holding the puck, skating it back towards their way, killing the time. They come in. Teams are back to even strength here now, and Winnipeg did a fantastic job of killing that penalty off as Tampa Bay comes back out and right back onto the attack. Weren't able to take advantage of that opportunity to tie the game. Circling around in the zone, lots of time and space for them as Winnipeg was completing off a change, I think. And we've got yet another penalty coming in. And again, Wheeler right back to the box again, I believe, for another tripping call.
Oh, I think there's more on the box. It looks like, it looked like an elbow or boarding. He's gone for the game. So Wheeler out. Major power play for Tampa. Game misconduct, not a good thing for Wheeler. He's out. And so a long power play coming up for Tampa Bay. They're 0 for 1.
Yeah, I didn't see, I saw the player go down. I assumed it was a trip, but that hit was dangerous. And I completely agree with the referee's call of sending him off for the game. And yeah, this is an excellent opportunity for Tampa Bay to, over those 5 minutes, continue to try to climb themselves back into the game. We've got another penalty here right away.
Oh, that's delay of game. He went over the glass. That's delay of game. Oh, this is not a good sign for Winnipeg. A 5-on-3 for the entire 2 minutes with the major power play there. So this is going to be a long kill for them.
Yeah, as we're coming on to the end of the period here, Tampa Bay, if they don't manage to score in the next 30 seconds, will have a lot of power play time to work with at the start of the second. As Tampa Bay comes through the zone here, they're going to have maybe 1 or 2 shots. And we almost had a quick tie up there, but Hellebuck was able to sprawl out legs as wide as he possibly could and save that puck from going into the net. And puck is cleared out, but we're basically at the end of the period here anyhow, so this face-off will be done, and then we'll go directly into the second period.
Yeah, so with the major power play and all the penalties, this has been a very one-sided game, as we'll see when the stats come up. But like what you hear, want to be here for our next broadcast? We'll find out when we stream over at our first page at TPC Sports Live, or on Twitter or Mixer at TPC Sports Live. Head over there and find out when our next broadcast is. But as we take a look at some of the penalties, and then just that weird little bounce that ended up in the back of the net for the Jets, and that's the only goal going into period number 2. But as we take a look at the stats, I think they're going to be very one-sided. 11-7 in favor of the shots. Hits are pretty much even at 4, but time of attack well in favor of Tampa Bay, almost a minute's difference. Passing, though, in favor of Winnipeg, and then that face-off department is pretty much even at 7 and 6, and then that penalty time is the key stat there. Almost 20 minutes of penalty time, and that's because of the major penalty, the game misconduct, and then the delay of game that we saw as we headed to period number 2. This is going to be a key point for the Tampa Bay Lightning and for the Jets. If they're able to kill this off, they're going to have a ton of momentum. On the verse side, if Tampa Bay scores a couple goals here, they're going to take control of this hockey game. So this is a key moment here in the next couple of minutes to see what happens.
Yeah, I really think Tampa's got to try to do everything they can to get themselves into a good position here on this power play. But Hellebuck, big save there right off the bat. He's the most important penalty killer they're going to have, but he wasn't able to stop that one as a nice little cross crease came across and just smashed him behind him. We've got a tie hockey game as Killorn just managed to get that in there.
Yeah, Killorn does get the goal. It is a power play goal, gets the crowd back into it, ties the game at 1, and there's going to be more power play time to come. So one man out of the box, the other one will not. But let's take a look at the play here. Looks over his options, gets it to the cross crease, and bangs it past Hellebuck. And he had actually no chance. It went right through his legs. And it's just one of those things when you're on a 5-on-3, it's just so hard to cover. And they just try to find ways, and it just found its way in. And we have a tie hockey game here with still plenty of power play time for Tampa.
Yeah, when you've got players like Point and Stammer and Killorn, you give them that much room on a power play, they're going to burn you. And that power play is continuing, like you mentioned here, as Tampa Bay comes back into the zone, tries to set up in the offense. And another snap of a shot. And I was just talking about Stammer, and he rifles it past the goaltender. And they're taking the lead in this game. This penalty is killing the Jets right now.
Yeah, Stamkos does that time in and time again for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And again, the major penalty, the 5-on-3, and it's going to continue with more power play time. And now not only do they tie it, but they take the lead here. And we'll take a look at the replay here. Let's just take a look. It's just a simple shot, but Hellebuck was going the wrong way, and it just beat him on the stick side. So a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a soft goal, but Stamkos made him commit, and then he went the other way, and he hits that top corner so well. He's done that so well throughout his entire career. He's a dangerous player and one to be watched, and with a 2-1 lead and still more power play time to come.
Yeah, Tampa's been taking those shots from right between the top of the circles all night long, and they get rewarded for it there as Stammer's able to pull the goalie off to the side and just roof one. The Winnipeg Jets lift the puck out of danger, back deep into the Tampa Bay zone. They've still got over 2.5 minutes of this major penalty remaining for them to kill off as Tampa Bay gathers up the puck, begins to work it back out. They've got all kinds of time. They just need to take their time, look for the options, look for their shot, blast it directly into 2 white jerseys, passes it back, and it's picked off, and the Winnipeg Jets will clear that out of the zone, ticking off some more of that power play time. Down to a normal power play now with only 1 minute and 54 seconds left as Tampa Bay goes to pass. Thought they had a man behind them to try to get the quick speed up through the ice. Unfortunately, there was nobody home, and they had to retreat back to their own zone to gather the puck. Coming back in here, might have a little bit of a break. Oh, big save by Hellebuck as that cross crease came across again and could have been putting them up by yet another goal. Tries to wind up for a slap shot, but is stuffed by a defenseman. That puck is again cleared back down out of the zone. Under 1 minute left here in this power play that has basically changed the course of this game thus far, putting Tampa up 2-1. Another big shot, just misses the net. Puck rings around the boards, comes all the way back down into the Tampa Bay zone. They gather it up and look to pass it up the boards, but it's picked off by the Winnipeg Jets. They fire a shot on goal, easy save, and it's picked up by Stamkos as he rushes out of the zone. And they've got maybe another shot here on the power play before it expires, and we're back to even strength as we are now. Winnipeg Jets get the puck out, get it into the offensive zone, and they're going to be trying to equalize this as quickly as possible now that they have a full set of players back on the ice.
Yeah, it took them a long time to get their full skaters back, and as I said after in intermission, that those 2 power plays were going to change the game one way or another, whether it was in Winnipeg's favor or Tampa's favor, and Tampa took advantage and burned them.
Yeah, big shot comes in from Winnipeg. It's blocked by a defender, and Tampa Bay is able to move it right back out. They're sitting in front of the circle here, passing it back to the point. rings it around. Shot didn't quite make it to the goaltender, was picked off by a defenseman, and Winnipeg Jets will break out of the zone through the neutral zone without any issue at all. Long shot in on Vasilevsky, but there was nobody else around to collect that rebound, and puck goes off into the corner. His shot casually back onto him, and there was no pressure, so he covered it up.
Well, after giving up that first weird goal in the very beginning of the game, he has really settled down a little bit and made sure to keep Tampa in the game when it was 1-0 in favor of Winnipeg.
Yeah, he hasn't been tested too often over the last little bit due to the nature of the power plays. Oh, a big save there. That might be a turning point of the game. Remember that if this game gets tied up, because Hellebuck just slid across and cut off what should have been probably a guaranteed goal. Unfortunately, in the same process, you've got a defenseman who was stretched out trying to block it with his body. His stick got out and took a tripping call. We've got another power play in motion here. And
this is not what Winnipeg wants to do. They cannot spend the entire game on the penalty kill, or else they're going to be similar to what happened last night, where it was a one-sided game and we had a lot of power play goals. So they have to stay out of the box, kill this one off, and then they got to stay disciplined the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at over a period of power play time here now at this point, as again, just peppering on. The nice passing, though. Congratulations to Tampa Bay Lightning for being able to move the puck as well as they have been this evening. They're finding the openings, they're getting the puck through the seams, and the only thing that's keeping this game as close as it is at the moment is that Hellebuck is coming up with huge saves. As that puck continues to move around the Winnipeg Jets zone, they finally manage to grab a hold of it and clear it down the ice. Tampa Bay's all the way back behind their own net to gather the puck and break it out again here as they've got 26 seconds left in this power play. Come across the blue line into the offensive zone, shot blocked by a defenseman, and Winnipeg will gather this puck out, move it out with under 10 seconds left to go in the power play, and this will be the last shot they have on it. Clerk into the center, big, quick snapshot off of a pass, and Hellebuck again standing tall, keeping this game close with 10 minutes and 44 seconds remaining.
He's gonna have to make every single save. He cannot afford to let this game go to 3-1 or even 4-1, because his team has not really provided any kind of offense because they've been in the penalty box the entire night. They have to go to the offense.
That would have been this opportunity just here a moment ago. The player came down, managed to split through the defenseman. I was expecting a pass to come across the ice. Instead, he took a shot on, and Vasilevsky was able to make the save. I think had he made a pass there, it may have been a more dangerous opportunity.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think they should have gone with the cross crease there. He would have had an easy, wide open net.
Puck moves around. They're just trying to get something set up here. They're getting a few shots on net. They're just not able to have the sustained pressure in the zone like Tampa Bay has been able to do thus far this game. Tampa Bay skating around, finds an opening, another snapshot, goes to the corner. This time, instead of going over the blocker, goes over the glove, and we've got a goal bringing us up to 3-1, as that was just beautiful, and Shattenkirk just made no mistake. Defenseman getting into the play.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here, and again, it's instead of the stick side he leaned to the glove side, and he was beaten in the top corner. Just take a look at this replay one more time. He gets him to lean, Hellebuck, and then he hits the top corner of the net. Such a small area, but that is what Tampa Bay has done twice now on Hellebuck. So he's got to not kind of cheat, so to speak, because otherwise Tampa Bay is going to burn him for the whole night. And it's now 3-1, and now the mountain starts to climb higher for the Winnipeg Jets. They have to start getting some momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you can get a defenseman all the way down to the face-off circle to take a shot that hard, you've got some zone dominance taking place there. So we do have a 3-1 game. Winnipeg's got to take some time here to climb themselves back out of it. They haven't had the time and the opportunities to do so, and hopefully if they can stay disciplined for the rest of this game, they'll be able to do that. Hellebuck with another save. He's been easily their best player of the evening thus far.
Yeah, he absolutely has. And speaking of which, it's just something that the coaching staff is going to be upset about for the entire rest of the game, because they know they could be better disciplined, and they're not. They're taking foolish penalties or injury penalties, and they got to stay out of the box.
Big shot on Vasilevsky. He manages to get the blocker out and redirect that off to the corner, but unfortunately the Winnipeg Jets weren't able to pick up that rebound, and Tampa Bay breaks it out of the zone. They're back in the offensive zone. They've got control of the puck. They do a cross-crease pass, and Travis again is just lighting up the Winnipeg Jets with his passing as that puck comes across. I think it was Poulette that managed to get that one in. Or sorry, Packerat.
Yeah, and with this goal, it's now 4-1, and just again the mountain is getting higher and higher for the Jets, and even further out of reach. And again, another cross crease, and it's Burns Hellebuck. This time he tried so hard to get across, and again, this is not all his fault. With all the penalties taking place, He has really been peppered, and he almost gets across and makes that save with the blocker, but just misses it. And again, give Tampa Bay the credit that they have. They took the 5-on-3 power play, and they have taken it to the driver's seat, and they have scored all of 4 of their goals here in this second period.
Yeah, I'm sure when we go to look at the stats in between periods here, Tampa Bay's passing is going to be quite well done. They've done an excellent job of finding the seams, moving that puck exceedingly well, and just not giving up any major zone time in their own zone as they've been able to hem the Winnipeg Jets. Puck comes in, tried for another little pass there right in front of the net, but the Winnipeg Jets were able to cut that off. They clear it back down into the Tampa Bay zone. Tampa Bay gathers it as the Winnipeg was going for a change. Winnipeg gets the puck back, though, turnover in their own zone, tried a cross-crease pass, but they didn't have any players there because they just changed in the bench. They knew how to pass it back. Their defenseman also changed, so they're going all the way back to their own zone, pick up that puck behind their net as they skate around, working it through the neutral zone. It's picked off by the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they are back on the attack here as they've got an even strength, but did we just have another power play coming up? And we do. Tampa Bay is going back on the power play as the Winnipeg Jets got the stick out and have a tripping call.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how tired the defensive men are going to be for the Winnipeg Jets. And again, taking more bad penalties. And this is actually a defenseman who takes this penalty. This is really not a good sign for them. They, again, are not learning from their mistakes, and they have to. But again, Tampa Bay with that very hot power play right now goes right back to it and a chance to basically put this game out of reach.
Pass was coming across. The player had the stick raised to the roof, ready to smash that as soon as it got to him. But luckily, the Winnipeg Jets were able to cut off that pass and avoid what might have been the 5-1 goal as a slap shot one-timer was being wound up there. Puck comes down all the way down to the Winnipeg zone, but it's on an icing call. So we're going to have a face-off next to Vasilevsky here.
Yeah, never a good thing to ice it, but a very good thing for Winnipeg. They get to change their players and kill off more penalty time. So good sign for them, not for Tampa, but they, again, skid it right back out.
Yeah, just approaching the 1-minute mark here in the power play. Puck is passed out by Hellebuyck. Maybe a mistake. It was picked off by Tampa Bay. They put a shot right back on, but he was up to the task on that. Paused right at the face-off circle, looking for a pass. Wasn't able to find it. Put a shot on net. It was saved. Working the puck back and forth across the point. Tried for a shot. It's stuffed by one of the defensemen right up on the blue line. They tried to get a little bit of a break, but weren't able to get past the Tampa Bay players that were stacked up in the zone. Puck's coming across, and a big hit there at the line. Player went down in a big, huge lump. And we're going to kill off the rest of this power play as we're back to even strength. And Tampa Bay works it into the zone, just trying to find something. A lot of white jerseys around. Couldn't get any sort of an avenue to pass as they make a change. Winnipeg's back into the zone. A little bit of puck movement there. And pass shot, I'm not sure, onto the goaltender. Another spin right at the faceoff dot. Shots it, makes the shot on. No rebound. Vasilevsky is just stuffing any sort of a secondary chance they could ever get. And we're going to have a faceoff right next to him.
Yeah, and like I said, despite that one goal that he has given up, when he has been tested, he has been there for Tampa Bay, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, Tampa Bay clears it out of their zone, and we're just going to control it back inside the Winnipeg zone so they didn't have any mistakes as we go into the second intermission.
All right, enjoying the broadcast, consider donating to help us keep the lights on here at patreon.com/TPC Sports Live. We are 100% funded by the on the internet. We have some of the greatest rewards available to our donors, including merch. Some of our donors are Darth Travis, the Meter One, Dino 911, Commando Slippy, the Turbo Taco 31, Bama Shocks, Steel, Kiv Style, and Backrow. Thank you very, very much for all of your contributions. We really cannot do it without you guys. And let's take a look at some statistics before we go into period number 3. 23 shots to 18 in favor of the Lightning, and 5-4 hits. So not a very big hitting game, but time of attack hugely in favor now of Tampa, and passing much in favor of Tampa. They are well over the 80%, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Face-offs, though, the one thing that actually Winnipeg is doing better than Tampa Bay right now. But again, that power play time is really creeping up there. They have spent a lot of time on the penalty kill, and we saw that last night in our game that we broadcasted, where it was just one team spent the entire night in the penalty box, and they ended up getting shut out 6-0. So we'll see what happens in the last 20. But Tampa Bay is in the driver's seat of this one.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you've got when the shot clock is equaling the number of penalty minutes you've taken, there's a problem. As Tampa comes in here, they had a lot of numbers in there, just weren't able to get it in behind Hellebuyck, and the puck bounces around for a few moments. He looked like he was going to cover it up, but decided to pass it out to the defenseman, who wasn't able to handle it cleanly. Puck comes flying across, and I think we're now ahead of the shot clock as the Winnipeg Jets head back to the penalty box. I think there's going to be, they have to change the bench in there for how often it's being worn at this point in the game.
You mentioned it last night. They should just, leave one of the guys in the penalty box for the rest of the game, and I think that would do just as well. You said that last night. I'm going to take a page out of your book. Just leave the one guy. 2 for 6 tonight on the power play. That's not terrible, but again, considering how many times they've been on the power play, Tampa Bay has taken advantage.
Yeah, it's worked for them. They're up 4-1, so you can't really question what's happening here. As a puck gets passed out again, that should have been covered up because there was way too many blue jerseys all the way around him. But luckily, he was able to recover off of that shot as the puck came right back out in front of him. Winnipeg doing a good job of killing a little bit of time there by tying up the man behind the net. Puck didn't get out of the zone, though. Tampa Bay was able to reacquire it, gets another shot on net, and then it's lifted high up into the sky and all the way back down to the Tampa Bay zone. Tampa Bay is working the puck out with some nice passing, as they have been all game. Get into the zone. Shot comes on net, but it's blocked by a defenseman. Puck comes out from behind the net. Hellebuck makes the save, then passes it out again. Another risky pass, and Tampa Bay gets control of the puck out in the neutral zone. They are back in the offensive zone, passing it back to the point, working the puck around. Big block by the defenseman from Winnipeg Jets, and they will skate the puck to the line, out of the zone, and Tampa Bay will gather the puck as everybody was going for a change there. Puck comes back down to the offensive zone. This will be icing, but it's negated by the speedy Tampa Bay Lightning. They managed to get there in front first, and big shot is off of a nice pass again. Hellebuck is keeping them in from being a complete washout as they try to work it into the offensive zone. Tampa Bay Lightning has all set up. Their players are all still rested. Winnipeg is struggling to get the proper lines out there as the defenseman just shows up on the scene. And puck is still in their zone, though. They managed to keep it in. Tampa Bay has control. They work it out through the neutral zone, passing it here. And we may have another shot on net. We do. It's easily saved, and puck is not worked out. It's just brought back to the point. Tampa Bay is just controlling this puck in the zone as they're actually doing a change on the fly, getting some fresh skaters on. Puck comes out front, bounces around. Hellebuck finally decides to cover it up. Does not, though. Passes it behind the net. Winnipeg is able to grab that puck, work it into the neutral zone, comes into the offensive zone, and immediately stopped by Tampa Bay. And we've got a rare Tampa Bay penalty, as it looks like they hit somebody there when they weren't supposed to, or a slashing call, I guess. And Winnipeg is going to get their chance.
So this is their chance to get back into this hockey game. Their power play is going to go to work here. And we'll see what they could do with 2 minutes on the man advantage and finally not killing power plays. Let's see if they can get one by, and if they can even get one, that could be a good stepping stone.
Yeah, I mean, you can change the momentum pretty quickly. They've got roughly 12 minutes left here in the game. If they can get a goal here early in this power play, they'll have lots of time to work to get 2 more. As they work the puck around, bounces off the boards, is trying to find a path through kind of a rough angle shot there on Vasilevsky, but he's able to make the save, and we're going to face off to his left.
One of the things I like better about Vasilevsky over Huckleberg is that he holds on to the puck a little bit more than passing it out, and I think I like that better as a goaltender, especially when you're trailing. You don't want to pass it out because it's just a dangerous play, and it can end up in the back of the net, as we saw last night. Yeah,
there's a risk reward to it. You might. As a big puck hit him, and then he picked up the rebound. I don't think Vasilevsky was able to get reset after that stop shot, and the Winnipeg Jet player just picks it up and blasts it by him. I think that the off speed took him out of the play there, and Winnipeg has done exactly what we were talking about, shrunk the lead to 2 and capitalized on that power play.
Yeah, so they cut the lead in half now. It's a 2-goal lead and a power play goal for them, and an important goal. So they've been struggling the whole night, been taking bad penalties, they've been killing it off, spending the most time in the box, and then when they get the chance on their lone power play, and it looks like it might have been deflected a little bit past Vasilevsky and into the back of the net, and a power play goal for Winnipeg, and we have ourselves almost a brand new hockey game on a 2-goal lead for Tampa, and still lots of time remaining on that big scoreboard clock. So hold on to your seatbelts, folks. We still have a game to play with about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, both teams taking advantage of the power plays that come to them. That really has been the difference maker of the evening. And you have over 10 minutes left here in the period for the Winnipeg Jets to try to get, a game tied up. A 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. As Tampa Bay manages to hold on to the puck in the neutral zone, they dump it in behind the net. Stammer comes right back in here to gather that puck up, tries to work it back to the point, but is picked off by a Winnipeg Jet player who brings it into the zone, and they've got numbers in here. They're just going to try to work the puck around, but it's picked off, and Tampa Bay works it out of the zone right back into the Winnipeg Jet area. Another one of those long passes where they stretch the goaltender out one way and shoot it up to the other corner, but he was able to make the save this time. And puck gets out of the zone. Winnipeg coming in. Big, hard shot from the face-off circle. Vasilevsky makes a save, passes it out to one of his players immediately, and Tampa Bay is back through the neutral zone, back onto the offensive attack, but they're surrounded by 3 white jerseys who managed to get that puck back and work it through the neutral zone. Puck's back in the offensive zone as it works around to the circle here, back up to the point. Shot was being wound up for and then bumped off the puck as we've got 3 blue jerseys working into the zone, but Tampa Bay was able to not really get a shot on net as Winnipeg was collapsing back as quickly as they could. Winnipeg comes into the zone. Tampa Bay manages to pick that off yet again, and we're just kind of going north and south here as the clock is ticking down and valuable time for Winnipeg is evaporating. Winnipeg is able to block off an excellent scoring opportunity there, and they've got numbers coming in here on basically a 4-on-2 shot. Is saved, though, by Tampa, and they're going to not pass it out this time and take that face off.
Well, in that case, the cross crease might have been the better of the 2 options, and they didn't take it, and they trailed by 2. But don't touch your dial, folks, because we have a TPCHL game coming up, the Texans and the Buccaneers. So we have more TPC sports coming tonight, so don't go anywhere right after the hockey game.
Yeah, right after this broadcast is over, we'll be moving to another broadcast, and stay tuned for that. Tampa Bay smashes it from the blue line, goes just over the goalie, hits the glass behind him, and almost looked like it might come back and hit him in the back of the head, but it hit the back of the net. Puck's working around inside the in the Winnipeg zone. Winnipeg breaks it out of the zone, and they cross the blue line. They come across and almost got a nice little short side shot there. Puck missed the net, though, and Tampa Bay is able to recover. They work it out of the zone, passing it back and forth very well. Shot goes on net, is blocked by a Winnipeg player, and Winnipeg will break it out of the zone as they come back into the offensive side of the ice. They're desperately trying to get a goal here. They only have 1 minute and 45 seconds left, and they need 2 goals. Unfortunately, they weren't able to score right there, and the Tampa Bay Lightning break it out of the zone. Cut off immediately, though. Credit to Winnipeg. They are keeping the gas held down, and big shot, one of the rare rebounds as the puck is just dangling there, waiting for somebody to get to it, and the Winnipeg Jet player streaks in and is able to bring this down to a 1-goal game with like roughly 1 minute left on the clock, and this could be a very exciting conclusion to this game.
Absolutely. That is the rare rebound, and he made no mistake. There it was lying on his stick, puts it behind and into the back of the net. So with less than 1 minute to go, which is played in real time, the Winnipeg Jets are within 1 of tying this hockey game and sending it into sudden death overtime.
Keep an eye out for Hellebuck heading to the bench possibly, but Winnipeg has an excellent opportunity to tie this game up as they win the faceoff, as they have done fairly consistently this game. They try to pass back to the point, but Tampa Bay is able to pick that off. They're working through the zone. Tampa Bay is just going to be trying to play safe here, try not to give up too many opportunities, control the puck, keep it as far away from their goaltender as they can, or do what they just did, pass it out in front and get a little tip right in front of the goalie, and they manage to extend the lead back into a 2-goal lead as Palat, again, just tips that puck. I believe it may have went 5-hole on him, and Tampa Bay Lightning are back in the driver's seat with less than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Taking the pass and not ever able to get Hellebuck to the bench for the extra attacker, and Tampa Bay puts the icing on the cake. They will face Vancouver next week, and then the Winnipeg Jets will play the Arizona Coyotes. Just to let you guys know what's upcoming for both of these franchises going forward, as Tampa Bay has increased their lead back to 2 with 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the case of Tampa Bay continuing their winning streak here in week 2, and unfortunately for Winnipeg, getting their first loss of this season. As they come into the zone, though, they're not going to be giving up just yet. They still have a few seconds left as Tampa Bay stretches the puck out through the neutral zone. Winnipeg reclaims it as we're down to the final 20 seconds of the game. And we are going to see the final score coming up here in just a moment. Winnipeg comes in, looks like they got one more drive, one more chance to try to bring the score a little bit closer as they circle around, trying to find an open man. They have a chance. Shot trickles through. Vasilevsky barely saves that one as it gets through him. He reaches back and pulls it back just before it crosses the goal line. We have 8.3 seconds left in this game, and we'll be seeing Tampa win it, I believe.
And you know what? Give the Winnipeg Jets credit here tonight, right? They had all those penalties, all those things that they had to kill, and they made this a hockey game. They stayed in it. They only were down by 3, and they closed it. They did the best they could as the time expires. But they did an outstanding job, and I think Tampa Bay was caught a little bit flat-footed there in the final half of the third period, where they kind of just like let Winnipeg come back into this game. And if it wasn't for that late goal, we might be tied, because who would have known if they would have gotten him to the bench, Hellebuck, that is, if we would have seen different results. But I have to say, for an expansion team in their second game, they're 1-1, which is an awesome start for them. Tampa Bay 2-0 going into week 3 for both franchises. And I really liked what I saw from Winnipeg. If they could just get themselves a little bit more disciplined here going into week 3, they're going to be a very dangerous team to go, because they don't let off on the gas. And, they did a great job here keeping Tampa Bay a very potent team on their heels here. Let's take a look at the final statistics here before we close it out. 5-3 is your final score, 34 shots to 27, 6 hits apiece, and time of attack well in favor of Tampa Bay. And passing has come up drastically for Winnipeg here in that third period, but still drastically in favor of the Lightning. Faceoffs were clearly the one thing that Winnipeg did well, and then they were 1 for 1 on the power play, and then 2 for 7 and 25 minutes of penalty time. And that is just unacceptable if you want to win a hockey game. And realistically, if you look at the scoreboard, Winnipeg won periods 1 and 3, but Tampa Bay put the game out of reach by winning period number 2 with all those penalties. And that's really the story of the game.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Winnipeg for making this game more exciting than maybe it may have been after that second period. And you're right, they didn't let anything off. They didn't let off the gas pedal. They kept the pressure on. And had they had a fewer penalties in this game, this may have been a different outlook. But unfortunately, they don't give points for moral victories. Tampa Bay comes away with the points, and they go into week 3 undefeated. Winnipeg is going into week 3 1-1. And I hope everybody enjoyed this game. Stay tuned. Very shortly, there will be a football game coming up as well. And for myself, I am Monkey Work. I'm joined by Nitro. Hope you guys all enjoyed this broadcast. And I'll see you again soon.